Alive and alert on the north side of the dirt. It is your man D Real coming at you with another Be Real with D Real, where edutainment is what I do. And we'll be edutaining again about the Masters of Evil. Why is it necessary? Because the Masters of Evil are what becomes the Thunderbolts before government intervention. Back in the day, they was just a bunch of villains doing villain stuff. And they evolved, and it was a very cool evolution because it sparked a whole comic book series based on the premise. Kind of like the not Thunder, kind of like the Suicide Squad over in DC, but not the lethal circumstances occurring if you decide to defect or betray it. But before we get off into Masters of Eviling, I need y'all to do what you always do for me. Comment, like, subscribe, and share the Be Real with D Real page so that when new material comes out, you get it. If you're digging what a brother's shoveling, put some dirt in my bucket. Comment, like, subscribe, and share the page. Now, without further ado, let's do Masters of Evil, Part 3. Welcome to the 80s, filled with this kind of stuff. All right. This is the Avengers versus the new Masters of Evil. And as you can see from the cover, they consist of Moonstone, the Scorpion, the Whirlwind returning, Tiger Shark. Tiger Shark. Okay, got it. Namor can run around on land. Why can't Tiger Shark? Well, at least on the cover, they've managed to lay out Hawkeye. And at this point, the She-Hulk has joined the Avengers. So you got She-Hulk and Thor. That's enough to take out what you got assembled right there, right now. But I'll indulge them. And we'll go, all right, let's just see where the story goes. Now, just to know, in the early 80s, like 82, 83, this was around the Henry Pym is tripping and he smacked his wife upstage. So we're around there. A gathering of evil. So here is the first place we see She-Hulk's pink Cadillac. Yeah. Well, or used to be pink Cadillac. Eventually that gets reconstructed, revamped, and made nice in She-Hulk's own series, or second series, the John Byrne run. So yeah, she actually go and try to throw a car in the trash? This is a lawyer. And there's Janet Van Dyne. She's not going by Janet Pym. She-Hulk was a lot grumpier back then, wasn't she? So she's got uniforms, and we know Jan is like the queen of uniforms or clothes anyway. But she gonna have She-Hulk looking crazy. Meanwhile, we see Tony Stark doing Tony Stark stuff. Look at Tony Stark's hair. He's not as smart alecky. And look, it's Scott Lang. Wow. See, already made reference to Hank Pym going to prison. Read about it. And since he's in jail, look at his boy. He ain't even he in jail. And what E40 say? Effing on your friends. And so that's what's getting ready to go down. Yep, that's some stuff totally happened. Tony Stark is a super hoe. Throw on my armor and fly off. That's the OG armor. Captain America's an artist. Who puts on their clothes like that and be smiling? Move my motorcycle. And here comes Thor. Even Hawkeye got to show up. See, I like acrobatic stuff like that. Keep doing that with Daredevil on the series. Hawkeye catching a cab. These are some outfits I was telling you about. Who's she supposed to be? Sinbad? I mean, like Sinbad the Sailor. And she like, I'm gonna rock that. Mm. So this is just like Avengers stuff. They hang it out. We get to see the day-to-day of what Avengers do, essentially. And up shows Hawkeye. And Hawkeye was always one, like back in the 80s, that had like this thing where him and She-Hulk will go at it. See, he's doing it now. Cheryl Tiegs, Lonnie Anderson. Those were popular fine white women or women who were considered fine back in the 80s. See, he's clowning. And she like, what? What? So She-Hulk's always been one to just kind of, be a he-woman man-hater until she just starts smashing him like crazy. And she's like, yeah, I ought to beat you up. But instead, it was the beginning of her promiscuity. And it just tossed him. And here we find the villain Egghead. Egghead. Well, his name is Elias Starr, but for reasons that are obvious. So this is the Egghead version of the Masters of Evil. He's got a maid with fishnet stockings and Princess Leia cinnamon buns. Okay. That likes his big egg head. He's not that dude. He's not that dude. Not moving like this. Clown. Look at his body. I'm like, wow, this is a master villain. But I guess, back in the 1930s and 40s, the villains were always like bald head, mad scientist types. And in that aspect, he fits the bill. Ooh, fishnet stockings, man. I don't know what it is about fishnet stockings. What is it about fishnet stockings? I don't know. Meanwhile, under sea, we see a missile. Boom. And look who's free. And here in prison, we see Dave Cannon, Whirlwind. And they got stuff on them. This is a special prison. If you couldn't tell, the prison that inhibits power use. And Dave Cannon is messing with Hank Pym. Because that's kind of like a cop going to jail. That's even worse, a superhero going to jail. Then you got a guy who you put in jail coming to mess with you in jail. But here we see very unstable Hank Pym doing unstable Hank Pym shit. Hitting a guy who can't fight back, eh? And there you go. He gets pulled off. And suddenly, out of nowhere, Tiger Shark has come to collect some packages. And then, of course, they couldn't stop Tiger Shark. 4-1. It's like a video game. And he said he wants Scorpion and Whirlwind. And they're all too happy to go. So we're going to go get your gear. But first, we got to go get this dame. Come along. And they escape on a boat. And later we see them outfitted in their bad guy gear. That's kind of a strange motley crew of masters of evil, isn't it? And now they're going at it. Always that villain infighting. But Egghead's like, stop, cut it out. I have plans. What's an egghead? And he's got a long drawn out plan. And makes Moonstone the deputy leader because you are such a well-trained follower. You should be a leader. Makes sense. Oh, surprising little piece of trivia for those of you that don't know. Dave Cannon, a.k.a. the Whirlwind, was born in Kansas City, Missouri. Hey, fellow KC guy there. Kansas City mutant in the building. So next day, Jan's climbing into her limo, doing her rich heiress socialite thing. And it's Dave Cannon, a.k.a. the Whirlwind. Oh, boy. She's like, I'm the man in your life now. But why is she acting scared when she knows she's an Avenger? Oh, she just remembered. And zap, right to the face. I like that outfit. That's the outfit she was rocking when they first met Taskmaster. That one's a cool outfit. Well, back then it was. And Hawkeye sees there's something going on in Jan's limo. He's going to go try to help, but he's got problems of his own. And it looks like they come in the form of Moonstone, which is ironic because him and Moonstone kind of get involved with each other later on in the Thunderbolts, but that's neither here nor there. She's introducing him to the new Masters of the Evil. They don't look tough enough to go against Avengers. Oh, he had the speed to knock her out of the air. Wow, could be problems. But Hawkeye's throwing up the flare because he knows when he's outgunned. But Moonstone hitting him again. And he's out. But not before Hawkeye sends up the signal. They said they hear something that sounds like thunder. Hey, look, Scorpion's head kind of looks like a green volleyball, doesn't it? Anyway. Yeah, that was thunder y'all heard. And here's Thor, ready to face this underpowered Masters of Evil. She wakes up and says some very thirsty stuff. And Thor is soloing this version of the Masters of Evil. But Thor could solo many versions of the Masters of Evil. But, I mean, they're outgunned, bottom line. Oh, and now you done woke She-Hulk up to get into the action? Problems. Okay, that's all y'all can do against Thor is keep him off balance. As far as that W shot, that's not coming. Because here comes She-Hulk in her Sinbad outfit. And why would She-Hulk need to cover? Because she's basically invulnerable. They're getting handled. She's like, that outfit's an original. You better not tear it up. So she's got to stop and get her outfit off if she wants to get into the action. Meanwhile, Thor is still soloing the Masters of Evil. And while he's distracted with Moonstone, Tiger Shark throws a whole car at him and hits him. I know Thor's kind of getting pissed off at these sucker punches that he's catching, but you fighting bad guys, Thor. What do you expect? Meanwhile, she's handling her business somewhat. And Thor, again, is still soloing the Masters of Evil. And here comes Whirlwind. Uh-oh. Look who's back. She got the clothes off. But don't they know that that's a She-Hulk? No, they don't. Well, today is F around and learn day for the Masters of Evil. Moonstone gets hit. Scorpion doesn't get a chance to do anything because he gets hit with Moonstone, courtesy of She-Hulk in her, as they put it, Fredericks of Hollywood outfit. And Egghead is viewing his version of the Masters of Evil getting mocked. And now Hawkeye's got compliments for She-Hulk. They should have just smashed and got it over with in this issue right here. An Avenger standing around looking very Avengery. And so comes and goes that version of the Masters of Evil. So, what did y'all think? Pretty lackluster, huh? I mean, Tiger Shark's a heavy hitter for that squad, and Moonstone, but yeah, y'all could have thought it through better. Scorpion, Whirlwind, but you know what? Somebody figures out how to make the Masters of Evil an entire problem for somebody. Who? You know what? That's going to be the next video. If y'all want to finish hearing about the history of the Masters of Evil, y'all going to have to come right back chin, where I have another one of them other ones. And y'all be good. Be good to each other.